Everybody fails if they try. Yes, every single one of you has failed if you've tried. You can deny it all you want, but it's just a part of life. I have failed most definitely, but I used to think it was a bad thing that when I failed I was a failure or someone to look down on. I was useless. And so many other people think this, but I don't want them to anymore. They need to be proud when they fail and know they can do anything if they really go for it. Even famous people fail. They're humans too. For instance, Albert Einstein, one of the smartest men ever. When he was our age and went to school, his teachers described him as mentally slow, unsociable, and failing to reach his silly dreams. He was expelled and wasn't accepted into any universities, but in 1921 he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics. And if you don't know what that is, the Nobel Prize is an outstanding award, and the category is in physics. Another outstanding person is Michael Jordan, one of the best basketball players ever. He was cut from his high school basketball team, but that didn't stop him. He's missed over 9,000 shots and lost over 300 games, but that never stopped him from succeeding. Here's a cool quote. "Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever," by Lance Armstrong. And you know who else was cool? Walt Disney, the guy who created, well, of course, Disney. He was fired by a newspaper editor for lack of ideas, and he went bankrupt several times before him and his brother co-founded Walt Disney Productions. It is one of the best motion picture production companies in the world, and 2 years ago it earned $45 billion US. I know most of your first fails. You might think it was that time you tried to do that really cool scooter trick, and that time you tried to dance but just looked like a crazy monkey. But your first fail was when you tried to walk. How many times did you try and stand up, and all you did was end up flat on your butt? But you persisted, and now look at you, getting up and walking everywhere. If you'd given up quickly, you'd all be still sitting on the ground and having to crawl everywhere. Simon Cowell also got through his first fail, and many others. His record company was a bust before it even began, but that didn't stop him, because he now has 4 hit TV shows: Pop Idol, American Idol, Britain's Got Talent, and The X Factor. But a time before The X Factor was a man called Elvis, and he was a big hit. He was my mother's childhood crush, like so many other 20-teen girls. But in 1954, the manager of the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, fired him after one performance. He said, "Son, you ain't going nowhere. You ought to go back to robbing a truck." But that never stopped him, because he soon became the king of rock and roll. We should be proud when we fail. When you slip over a banana peel, you learn to watch out for banana peels, because it's just going to make you fall. But it also makes you think multiple things, like maybe you should pick it up and throw it in the bin. Maybe you shouldn't litter anymore. It's like a chain reaction of good things just from failing. It helps boost your confidence and motivating and striving. And it actually helps, because it helped me win Smoke-Free Rock Quiz. I tried 3 times to win. And after going back each time and working on my weak points, I was finally able to win, and that made me feel so proud and motivated to continue. So just remember, failing is good. Helps you boost your confidence and makes you motivated to get closer to your goal. Anyone can. Famous people can, I can, especially you can. All you need to do is try after failing, because everybody fails if they try, and we need to learn to accept it, because the phoenix must burn to emerge.